Lewis, for the last time this season, we've been preparing for a game. How do you see Oldham at the weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be. We're coming from sort of one tricky situation into another one. Probably not the welcome to management I would have liked in terms of the last three results. But we got to go there and sort of hopefully end the season on a high. Boys were obviously trained really well today, as they have done over the last couple of weeks, and I can't thank them enough for sort of their attitude to training. And now it's just about putting that into practice. I think second half was a bit more us, front-footed, ball flying in and around their goal, flashing across their goal line, but also across their goal. So we're going there to hopefully put on a show for the masses that sort of travel up with us, and hopefully it turns out not too much of a controversial day.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that Leyton Orient result doesn't really do us justice. As you said, the second half was a much improved performance on the first, and I suppose the lads are just going to want to put that right in, cross over the line of that 61 points to match last season, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously it's been a crazy few weeks, so we just got to sort of hopefully settle down and just control what we can control, which is obviously the game tomorrow, Saturday. Listen, we're obviously going to be going to Oldham, who came to our place, and I thought they were brilliant on the day, and they've got a really good manager, and I think they'll be building for next season already, and they've got some really good players, so obviously we'll be going there and trying to put somewhat of a good performance in for ourselves, and sort of continuing on from, like you said, the second half of the Leyton Orient game. Maybe I felt like we let ourselves down a little bit as a whole, as a group, myself included in that, and that's one thing I've said to the lads, like I'll take accountable for my actions and decisions, and ultimately we fell just a little bit short on Saturday, but there's a lot there and a lot over the season that we can be really proud of, and hopefully we'll build on that and sort of close that little 15 point gap to the playoffs, which would have left us with a little bit more to play with.
Yeah, and I suppose people might look at this fixture and go, Crawley is safe, they're in mid-table, Oldham are down. But for both sides, there is a lot riding on it, isn't it? Obviously, we want to cross our points tally from last year. We want to ensure we finish in 12th position. And Oldham, they're going to want to go out with a bang. They're one of the most historic clubs in the English Football League, aren't they? No,
definitely. I think we've said sort of, it feels like for the last sort of 6-7 weeks, like how many points we've got to play, not how many games. And this last one is like I said after Saturday, it's only 3 points we lost. Okay, it felt more because of sort of how we lost it, with what is still a crazy decision in my head. But ultimately we're going there, and they'll obviously be building for next season as we are. So we've got to go there and try and put on what I say is a good performance and start getting ready for next season, because over the last few weeks that's all our heads has been turned to, that we try and, like I say, close that gap into that 15 point gap that takes us into the playoffs. And there's sort of 5 wins there that sometimes we've got to look back on over the next couple of weeks in that off season and go, do you know what, if we had nicked a point there, if we had held firm there, we'd be in there and playing for what we'd say is the fun part of the season.
Yeah, and despite the controversy around the fixture, obviously there's been reports of maybe some trouble up at Oldham at the weekend, but the lads won't be focusing on that, and the fans aren't either. We're still expecting good numbers up there, and it'd be great to sort of just thank them after a great season of support on the road.
Yeah, firstly, I think I've got to say the fans have been brilliant, home and away. They've not stopped. They've always been there with us, and I say it on behalf of everyone at the club, like they've been brilliant, and we can't thank them enough, and that's why we sort of stayed out for as long as we did after the game, to show our appreciation. And we hope obviously that sort of Oldham do the same, but again we don't know what we're going to be going into, and that sort of is fitting with sort of the times that we're in at the moment, with everything that's going on. But like I say, we can only control what we do on the pitch at the moment, and sort of leave anything else on the outside that's out of our control at the minute. We've just got to wait for it.